with your host, Uncle Nick. I'm the bipolar, biracial pastor, the motherfucking lone wolf, the black Italian stallion. Uncle Nick is here to do motherfucking work. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. The niggas, the bitches, the ladies, the gents, the rats, the cats, the motherfucking dogs, the babies, the aliens, the reptiles, the motherfucking reptilians. Ask them all how Uncle Nick gets down for the come up in a New York minute. Biatch, you know what I'm saying? Stop fucking playing with me. I'm Sicilian, but I'm not a square, you know what I mean? Bada bang, bada boom, 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 motherfucker.
So, when it comes down to her getting shot 8 times, I think it's very mysterious to me. This is just my opinion, not saying it's facts, that she was shot 8 times and he didn't get hit once. It makes me think, like, I need to know who was where in the house when the shooting went off. Because how does he not get shot when 20 rounds went into the house? She gets hit 8 times. That means the majority of the rounds hit her and none of them hit him, and he's claiming to be the shooter.
Now I want to start this video off giving a major shout out to Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum, Beat Tatum, whatever you know him by, you know what I'm saying? Say what you like, just spell his name right, motherfuckers. Yo, my man's out here putting in that work, and he's unapologetic, you know what I mean? He doesn't give a fuck if your feelings get hurt, and he's doing what the media isn't. He's presenting the facts to the American people that are tired of the media lying to them every day and using identity politics to racially divide America, you know what I'm saying, to push this narrative that Trump has turned America into a racist cesspool. Fuck out of here with that shit. You motherfuckers want everybody to vote Democrat, and you're doing anything under the sun. You're pulling out all the dirty tricks, you know what I'm saying? You're inventing some new ones. And you're using deplorable tactics in your conquest to kick Trump out of office, you know what I'm saying? That's what it all boils down to. That's what this has all been about, because these motherfuckers prim and prep these stories, and they know that people are gonna go out here and riot. They see what's going on. There's violence. People are getting shot. People are getting hurt. People are dying. People's businesses are being burned to the fucking ground. But they don't give a shit because they think that that's going to encourage you to get out there and vote for them. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, let me not get too distracted. I did this video about Breonna Taylor the other day, and I hashtagged Officer Tatum in it. He wound up following me on Instagram, and I wound up following him back. You know what I'm saying? I believe in what son's doing. He's a breath of fresh air, and it's a beautiful thing when like-minded individuals can come together and support each other for a greater cause. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, y'all get out there, follow Officer Tatum on Instagram, follow him on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? He's all right in my book. He's the ace in the place doing his stuff. But anyhow, let's get into this video and let's break this down. Because I wasn't going to do any other videos about Breonna Taylor. I told everybody what I thought about the situation. I thought this was a cautionary tale for all the young ladies out there that want to get involved in the streets and want to date drug dealers. It ain't going to fucking end well, you know what I mean? But I see that the media now is kind of putting her ex-boyfriend on some fucking pedestal like he's a hero and shit like that. When we should be shaming this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He should be embarrassed. He shouldn't feel like some champion for the people that's being paraded around as some type of martyr or some shit like that, you know what I mean? You sacrificed this woman to the streets, you destroyed her fucking life, and now you're trying to walk away scot-free like, oh, I didn't do anything, you know what I'm saying? The cops are lying, the warrant's fake, they made up this, they made up that, everybody's lying on me, and Breonna Taylor was innocent. She didn't have her hands involved in no drug operation, no drug enterprise, you know what I mean? So let's get into what this motherfucker is talking about. Louisville, Kentucky. Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend, who was the target of a narcotics investigation, investigation that resulted in police fatally shooting her March 13th, said Wednesday she had no involvement in any illegal drug trafficking. In an exclusive interview, Jamarcus Glover, 30 years old, said the information Louisville Metro Police used to obtain the controversial no-knock search warrant executed at Taylor's residence the night of her death was misleading and wrong. Really? The police are trying to make it out to be my fault and turning the whole community out here, making it look like I brought this to Breonna's door. Well, if you didn't bring this to her door, then who did, motherfucker? Let's break that shit down. Now, in my opinion, Jamarcus Glover is a true space cadet. You might have to send his ass to the motherfucking moon, because he's definitely got static in the attic. He's a mental midget. His elevator doesn't go to the fucking top, and he's a deplorable individual. You know what I'm saying? He's a bad example to follow. He's a fucking piss poor role model. He's just a rotten individual, a fucking heathen, you know what I'm saying, that preyed on this woman, Breonna Taylor, and ultimately sacrificed her to the streets. But he's got the nerve to sit up here and act like he doesn't know why the cops would show up to Breonna Taylor's address. Motherfucker, you are the only reason the cops ever showed up to her address ever at any point in her life. You know what I mean? Because from the most part, from what we can see, she was a law-abiding citizen until she met your crooked ass. You know what I mean? In 2016, you borrowed her rental car, went off and did whatever you did, and left a dead body, you know what I'm saying, inside of the car and shit like that. And the homicide unit was knocking out her door, courtesy of motherfucking you. They arrested someone else for the shit, but at the end of the day, that person was connected to somebody he's been arrested with multiple fucking times that he's in cahoots with. So who knows what the fuck was going on behind the scenes, but that's what you chose to get your girlfriend that you loved or whatever involved in, you know what I mean? But you don't give a fuck. You continue to drag her down this fucking destructive path, you know what I mean? You got her out here selling drugs with you. They got a GPS on your car. You're getting packages sent to her house. You're going from here to there. They're tracking all your moves. You're getting arrested. She's bailing you out of jail. You're calling her from jail more than 50, 60, 70 fucking times on different occasions. You're putting other people from jail on the phone with her to do other transactions. You're just wilding, you know what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck about this lady, and you're out here using her address, using her phone number to open up bank accounts, to do this, to do that, to pay tickets, whatever the fuck you had going on. Why didn't you want to use your fucking address? You know what I'm saying? Because you knew the cops would be coming to fucking arrest your ass sooner than later. So you try to use this woman as a decoy. You used her to move your drugs. You used her to fucking launder money, whatever the fuck was popping off. Not saying that she wasn't compliant with the shit, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't down with it at the end of the day. But if you love this woman, you're the head of your wife, whatever you want to call it, you're supposed to lead her down a righteous path, not the fucking hell, you know what I'm saying? And a goddamn handbasket. But these are all the things that you did with her for 4 or 5 years. Homicide units at her house. You got her dealing drugs. She's on surveillance tape. She's on fucking recordings from jail. She's on bail receipts. She's on everything. Her address, and her phone number. You know what I'm saying? But you're sitting up here trying to spin this fucking story like, oh, why did the cops show up at Breonna's address? But these motherfuckers are gonna paint this dude as some type of hero and shit when he should be ashamed of his motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? You should be sitting somewhere reevaluating your whole fucking life, your decision making, everything. You know what I mean? But he's not gonna be held accountable because the media is doing this. The cops are gonna be forced to fucking do that. Whatever it may be at the end of the day. This guy might skate, or they feel like they gotta let him go. They don't want to prosecute because all the outrage is gonna pop off behind this. And he's basically using this as a fucking bargaining chip or a way to get out of jail and fucking keep it pushing. But he won't be held accountable mentally, spiritually, and possibly even physically. You know what I'm saying? But you want to sit up here and talk about, oh, I don't know why the cops showed up to her address. There was nothing never there or anything ever there. This motherfucker's Dr. Seuss and shit on the low. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they went about it the wrong way and lied on that search warrant and shot that girl out there. Glover was a fugitive for failing to post $50,000 bail on a previous drug and trafficking charge. He was arrested shortly before noon Thursday, about 15 hours after he talked with the Courier-Journal on an outstanding warrant. His remarks came the day after the Courier-Journal published a story on an internal police report written after Taylor's death that detailed the ties between her and Glover, including recorded phone calls Glover made from jail and police surveillance of Glover's car at Taylor's home. The Courier-Journal independently verified and reviewed the recorded jail phone calls, including a call on the day Taylor was fatally shot by police. In that call, Glover said Taylor was holding $8,000 for him and that she had been handling all his money. So now which one is it? Is she involved or isn't she involved in this drug operation? Know what I mean? Because possession is 9/10 of the law, and you're sitting up here on the phone in jail being recorded, and you're talking with her about the transactions and shit like that. Talking about she's been handling all my money, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if she's receiving proceeds from illegal activities that pertain to your fucking dealings, then she's complicit within the fucking situation, you know what I'm saying? So right there, bada bing, bada boom, you fucking told on yourself, you know what I mean? Because you're a fucking idiot at the end of the day, and you never truly cared about this woman. You just fucking used her and abused her, and ultimately she lost her life trusting you. You're fucking despicable, you know what I'm saying? But why isn't the media using this as a teachable moment right now? A cautionary tale for all the young ladies out there. Stay away from the streets. Don't sell drugs. Don't get involved with drug dealers. You don't gotta be a fucking stripper or some whore fucking rapping on a track talking about my pussy's wet. You know what I'm saying? Let's stay away from that shit right there. Let's get our education. Let's get on a good foot. And this could be a cautionary tale for the young men too. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, get your fucking mind right. And young men, do you want your girlfriends out here getting sacrificed to the motherfucking streets because you want to sell drugs, you want to destroy your community, and you don't want to be an upstanding citizen? Hell to the motherfucking no, you know what I mean? Why don't they want to reach the young people, give them the truth, and actually break it down so they can follow the right path in life and not feel like a victim? Because the media wants to race bait, they want to divide America, and they want to get Trump out of office. That's why. Why he's sitting up here talking about all the lies and all the fucking dirty tactics the police used to get this no-knock search warrant popping off, you know what I mean? So let's actually break it down. What you have to go through, what the police need, what's the protocol, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break down the textbook definition, and then we're gonna have my man Officer Tatum, B. Tatum, Brandon Tatum, you know what I'm saying? Actually give you his expertise on the situation because he was actually an officer. No-knock warrant. In the United States, a no-knock warrant is a warrant issued by a judge that allows law enforcement to enter a property without immediate prior notification of the residents, such as by knocking or ringing a doorbell. In most cases, law enforcement will identify themselves just before they forcefully enter the property. It is issued under the belief that any evidence they hope to find can be destroyed during the time that the police take to identify themselves and the time they take to secure the area, or in the event where there is a large perceived threat to officer safety during the execution of the warrant.
Now, I'll explain to you just a scenario of what it took for us to get no-knock warrants. So we had evidence because we arrested people that purchased drugs from this particular house, and I'm speaking of another scenario. Arrested people that sold drugs or bought drugs from this house, people that turned state on the people who were in the house, informants who went and bought drugs from the house, also informants who are video recorded with mics on them discussing crimes and other things that was a part of this house. some detectives with a long eye looking at the residents, watching people come and go. And then SWAT team got involved. We presented it to a judge, and the judge granted us no knock exception with tactical SWAT team, hostage negotiation, all of the above. Now, I don't know if this was a SWAT contingency. It doesn't appear that it is. If it's not a SWAT contingency that did this raid, it is ridiculous. I don't agree. You'd never do a no-knock warrant. I don't believe you should do any warrant involving drugs or the suspicion of drugs if you do not have the SWAT team. Now, I can't unequivocally say this wasn't a SWAT contingency. That's just the information here.
So I don't have much more to say about this right here. The proof is in the pudding. The media is corrupt. They're trying to divide America, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta fight this resistance right here. We gotta fight back, and we gotta do what's right, man. We gotta fact check, we gotta analyze situations, and we gotta do our thug Pizzo as God-fearing, hardworking Americans to protect our heritage, protect our country, and just do the fucking right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because these slime balls will do whatever they gotta do to try to keep the power. And at the end of the day, they could give two drugs about the casualties and all the drama and everything that pops off in between, after the fact, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? They just want to win at any fucking expense, and it's disgusting, you know what I mean? But y'all get up in the comments section, y'all let me know what y'all think, you know what I'm saying? And if you appreciate the content, get up in the description box and drop a donation. Drip, drip, drip fills the bucket. And other than that, I'm out this motherfucker. Y'all be safe, be cool, be easy. Don't do anything stupid on the fucking internet or in these goddamn streets. And I'll see everybody soon. Peace.